Hi, Bill here. This is camping trip number 3 for me in the last couple of weeks. I'm loving that. This time I'm at a place called Yellow Creek State Park. It's a really cool little lake, and as you can see here, I got a little cottage or cabin, and I got the kayak with me. That's going to get on the lake here. Try to do a sort of panorama of it here. Little cottage with a little porch. I've already been moving stuff in. Got a little picnic table here. Nice little private cottage here. And that building over there is the bathroom and shower house. And there's a cottage over here that nobody's in yet. This is a Wednesday, last week of August. So I don't know what it is, 22nd, 23rd, something like that. I don't even know what date it is. There's a really cool little fire pit area here with some benches and a fire pit and a little, I guess you could say, prep table here, lantern hanger, and there's the lake. Let's see if this thing can stand the contrast of the light here. So from here, I am less than 20 yards from the lake. This is really going to be great. I got the kayak. I'm going to bring it down here and pop it in right here. In case you're wondering why I do it like this, a while back the regular camera on this phone stopped working, so the only camera that works is the selfie camera. There's somebody out there right now in a canoe. I don't know if this picks that up or not. Nice little lake. So I'm a happy camper, no pun intended. This is even more cushy camping now, being this nice little cottage. So this is Wednesday and I'm here till Saturday, so I'm loving it. Hi, it's Bill. I was just sitting here at camp, relaxing and enjoying being here on this lake. As you can see, I am right on the lake, and I'll just take a quick walk down there with you. I got something going on. I don't know if it's ragweed or some kind of pollen allergies. A lot of people on Lime channels have said this week with the full moon and the solar eclipse, they've had some what felt like head colds. You know, this is August, we shouldn't have head colds, but I've been experiencing the same thing yesterday and today. Just you know, this like weird nagging cough and just like burning in my nasal passages and runny nose. So I don't know. I don't see how a cold could possibly survive in my system with all the antimicrobials and herbs I take, but you know, you never know what virus might be resistant to anything. But yeah, I just been wondering if anybody else has been experiencing these cold-like symptoms, or you know, it is late August, so we do get another round of, you know, they call ragweed, and some people blame it on goldenrod, and goldenrod does not cause allergies unless you walk right through it and rub it on yourself, because it's sticky pollen. It doesn't blow through the air, but ragweed does. And you know, it seems like a little bit early in the year for that to be happening, but of course us limeys, we're sensitive to everything, so I don't care. I'll tough it out. I love being out here like this. As you can see, I am having a blast. I'm having just a wonderful time being out here enjoying I got the kayak off the roof, and there it is. It is a Wilderness Systems Tarpon. It's a 12-foot fishing kayak. I have not had it on a river, a stream yet. I don't know what that would be like. It's a little bit tippy when you get in even the wind and waves on a lake, so I don't know how it would do on a stream going fast. I wanted something to get on and off of the roof of that car easily by myself, and that thing weighs 65 pounds-ish, something like that. So that was a good compromise between being, stable and being light enough to get on and off of the roof of that car by myself. So anyhow, I'm chilling out here. I was just waiting because it's been really sunny this afternoon, and now we've got a couple clouds rolling in, and of course it's 5:30, and the sun's going down, so I think I'm going to go out on the kayak, and now that the sun's going down, it won't be so bright for me, and perfect temperatures, and I am just loving it. I thought I would talk about something else that Lyme related that maybe somebody else has some experience with. I still have, as you can probably tell, from my speech, I still have a lot of this, I call it speech palsy. I don't know how else to describe it. I have trouble speaking, but I have trouble thinking, but right now I'm feeling pretty good. I drove myself up here. It's only half an hour drive, but packed up, got up here, got that thing off the roof, went and got firewood, unloaded that, and this camping trip isn't so big a deal for setting up camp and all that kind of stuff because I'm in that cabin. But I'm experiencing something that this is probably my first time having this happen. I feel pretty good, and I think a lot of Lyme people will understand what I'm talking about here. When you start feeling pretty good and have a couple good days, and I've actually had a couple, more than a couple days in a row that I felt half decent, not good by any means, but you start wondering and worrying, okay, what's going on here? Is this going to last? And, am I going to relapse? Am I going to feel like crap tomorrow? And I really can't worry about that. I'm just thankful to be out here, thankful to be, obviously I'm in a beautiful place, enjoying an awesome, beautiful place and God's creation, and Bill here. I'm out on the kayak, floating around on Yellow Creek Lake, and I don't know if I can paddle one-handed in a kayak while I am, you can see I got the paddle here in this hand. I don't know if I can make this thing go one-handed. I need a phone holder. I'm just out here having a blast, just paddling around, chilling. So yeah, I spoke earlier about, how sometimes we can start having some good days with Lyme and start wondering what's up with this. I don't know. I will take it. as long as it lasts. If I relapse, I relapse, and if I don't, then you start thinking, am I out of the woods? Have I kicked this thing in the butt? Am I on the other side of the hump? I don't know. But here those birds going. I'm just enjoying life, despite Lyme. And I guess I would say this as an encouragement to anybody else that's struggling with Lyme and chronic diseases, that there's always hope, that you can have little windows of opportunity to go do the things you love. And I gotta hold this up with my other hand. My arms are a little tired from rowing. I didn't go that far. I went about as far as, I don't know if you can see that with the sun. I went up around the bend there, just, maybe half a mile, if that. And just been enjoying paddling around out here, enjoying the weather. It's 75-ish. The sun feels good. And the little bit of breeze feels good. And I'm just ecstatic. I don't know if you can tell. I am just enjoying this so much, being out here like this. And I'm going to be here for 3 days, so I'm going to just relax and enjoy it. I'm still here at camp having a blast. I still treating my Lyme. I went back on everything yesterday as far as antibiotics. Right now I'm only taking 2, doxycycline, of course, and clarithromycin, i.e. Biaxin, I believe. We decided we're going to slack off on how many antibiotics I was taking and see what happens. And so far, so good. We also, I think I said in another video, we're changing my pulsing to pulse more often. Sorry, I'm picking my green drink out of my teeth here. Little bits of all the herbs and stuff that are in there. And one thing I wanted to ask everybody, I'm sure you've noticed my teeth are stained big time with, I don't know if it's from some of the stuff I'm taking, if it's from all the herbal tinctures that I take, and it doesn't matter how much I brush my teeth, they're stained. And it's almost like, if you kind of use a teacup a bunch of times, it'll kind of get stained. It's kind of like that. My gums look great, but I just cannot get this stain off my teeth. So if anybody knows anything that's really strong for cleaning your teeth, please let me know. So anyhow, I'm still here, listening to the birds chirp, listening to the katydids. You can probably hear those. Watching the boats go by. One guy just went past here and caught a nice bass. The thing looked like it was maybe 3 or 4 pounds. So that's got me motivated to get out in that thing here in a little bit. I had my normal rough morning. Just can't seem to shake that. I laid in bed until 10 o'clock, I think. And I did come out, peek my head out the door once, not too long after it got light, but I crawled back in bed, and I just could not move this morning. And I fell asleep in my chair around the fire, probably around midnight, which is pretty early for me. And I keep holding my arm up because it gets tired holding this phone up. I need my little tripod thingy, but can't really do that here sitting here. So yeah, I'm just enjoying being here by the lake. Just sat here and ate my eggs and bacon and drinking my green concoction, as Michelle from Rocky Mountain Spotted Fever and Lyme Warrior says. She was laughing at that. She said it was tasting pretty rough. I get used to it, I guess. I still have this runny nose too. A lot of people with Lyme, said that they thought they had some cold symptoms with the full moon / eclipse, and that was blaming it on that too, but now I'm not so sure. Now I'm wondering if it is I've been out camping a lot, so maybe it's some pollen allergies, or maybe the ragweed's coming on already here in Pennsylvania. It's the last week of August. And it's also, it was in my chest this morning. I was coughing and gagging for a while, and I can't imagine how a cold virus could live in my system with all the tinctures and different things that I take, but because a lot of them, like antibiotics, aren't effective for viruses, but a lot of herbal antimicrobials are antiviral, so just wondering if that could be the reason why I really haven't had any colds. I had a little touch of a cold back in the wintertime because I was cooped up in one room at work with 5 other people that were all coughing and sneezing and hacking and sick. I ended up catching it, but other than that I haven't had anything really, and I've been being pretty careful. I'm Mr. Hand Sanitizer, so I'm not complete germaphobe, but if I'm touching anything like a public bathroom or gas pumps or shopping carts or something that somebody might have did what I'm doing here and then touched it, I think about it, and if the grandkids are real sick, I try to avoid kissing them and getting them all over me, and which I don't like to do. I want to be around them, but I also don't want to be sick. I just had the theory that if I get sick with anything while I have this Lyme, it could really throw me for a loop. And I even last year was so worried about it that I got a flu vaccine now, and since then I've learned a lot about vaccines, and I will never be doing that again based on the research that I've done and what I've learned. And I know that's a kind of a hot subject for a lot of people. There's people on both sides of that debate, so I won't even go there anymore. So anyhow, I'm just relaxing here, and my arms are tired from that little bit of kayaking I did yesterday, so if I do go out here, I'm not going to get too crazy. I'm just going to be paddling around here, and it looks like pretty good water for fishing here. There's some I don't know if the phone can pick that up. There's lilies along the shore here. There's little patches of lilies that I know the fish like to hide in them, and that's right around one of those is where that guy just caught that one bass. So it's all good here today, so thanks for watching. So I'm home from my camping trip, and I think I spoke in one of my clips when I was there camping about feeling pretty good, and what goes through our minds as Lymies when that happens. And as usual, I got my wake-up call, and you'd think I would learn by now, but so the first couple days I was there, I just had a blast, and I was feeling pretty good, and then it hit. Then I had yesterday I had a pretty bad day, just as far as I guess you could say emotionally. It was like an emotional roller coaster, and I don't know if anybody else experiences that, with Lyme. I'm sure you do. Are you sad one minute, you're, crying one minute, you're laughing the next minute, just kind of a bizarre emotional roller coaster is the only way I could really describe it. So yesterday I didn't really film anything because I just was kind of upset with all that. Of course, I was probably, thinking, okay, this is my last full day of camping and I have to go back home. That feeling, the last full day of vacation feeling, I call it. Usually it's Thursday or Friday on vacation where it sets in, and yesterday was Friday, so because I stayed there till today, which was Saturday. And then this morning, I woke up feeling like I got hit by a truck, more than my normal morning problem. Just felt horrible. I could hardly sit up, and I had to pack up and leave. I had to be out of that cabin by 10 o'clock, so sorry, I had to stop the camera there for a second. I had such a huge brain hiccup that I couldn't even think straight, and so that's what's been going on today. I managed to get packed up and get myself home, and I just felt horrible. I got home, and before I even unpacked anything, I came in and got myself some lemon water, and I crawled in bed, and I slept for about an hour. And I very rarely nap. It doesn't happen very often for me, so that was kind of out of the ordinary, for me to sleep during the day like that. So I got up, and I've been feeling a little bit better ever since. Still one of those off days. So, once again, I learned for the 100th time, I pretty much overdid it, and I'm paying for it, but I wouldn't undo it. I don't regret going and doing that. I really had a good time camping, and thank you for everybody that was, praying for me and sending me messages and, encouraging me, and just really appreciate all that. And so I'm back home now, and that was a good experience, good adventure to go on. I'll definitely be going back to that place. That place is really cool. How I could just have my kayak right there, right in the lawn of the cabin right along the lake. So they have 6 cabins there that are all pretty similar to that, but they're all really private. There's lots of bushes and things in the way. You can't even really see anybody else. So just really neat little place. So I'll definitely be going back there. I don't know if it'll happen again this year. I kind of hope to get back there for a weekend sometime, but we will see. So it is back to, and the other thing I learned, in my previous camping trip was when I'm away like that for several days and not doing my detox therapies, I pay for it. And I think that might be what was setting in, especially today, because I'd been gone. I went 2 days earlier in the week, and then I was home for a day. I was able to do some of my detox stuff then, and then I was gone again from Wednesday to Saturday. So, learned once again how important detoxing is, especially for me. Some people it might not be as big a deal, and other people it's a way big deal, and I'm one of those people that, I really have to stay on top of that, and, and then just, the little bit of overdoing it, we have to be careful we don't overexert ourselves, and it's so tempting to do that because we want to go live our lives again, and, you have a couple good days, and you go, woohoo, let's do this. And, and then Lyme slaps you in the face and gives you a wake-up call. So, lesson learned, but, just want to encourage anybody else, if you want to go do things, please, do them, and within, reason of what, you're capable of. Yeah, we might overdo it a little bit and pay for it, but I wouldn't have it any other way, really. I really miss a lot of the things that I love to do, so I can still do them, but I can do them in a limited way. I didn't go on any big crazy kayaking expedition. I just paddled around a little bit and fished a little bit, and I didn't do any hiking. I really didn't do any walking at all, so I knew to limit myself, and which is hard for me to do, and I'm sure a lot of you can understand that. So just hopefully you can learn something from my mistakes and from my things that I've experienced. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.